to take into account all these challenges so that we are able to respond accordingly. I'm not going to bore you with statistics, but most importantly, we are aware of the high unemployment rate among youth, which is standing at 63.9%, which is far higher than the average unemployment nationally for everybody. But in terms of youth between 15 years and 24, that's where we have a problem. Between 25 and 24 years, also we're looking at a higher percentage of 42.1%. Now, in terms of the workforce analytics, our average age, government employees in the province is 43 years, which is a worrying factor in a sense that I think some of the things you raised yesterday are valid. One of the delegates was saying, he was saying, those old people that are in government, they must go, and then we provide them mentoring and coaching to the young people. We want you as young people to come and join government so that we can be able to reduce this average age, the employees that are occupying positions within the provincial administration. And there are plans in place. I will touch on them at the end of the presentation. But I also want to highlight some of the talent risks that are facing provincial departments. If you look at the statistics, we have close to 24,000 employees that will be exiting the public service in the next 5 years. We call it the medium-term expenditure framework, MTF cycle between this year and 2025. And that group of pre-retirement talent pool will be retiring. Some may leave earlier through early retirement and so on. And that poses an opportunity for you as young people to come in and join the public service. That represents about 36% of the total workforce. 1% is senior managers, and about 2% is your middle management service that will be retiring. But the most important part is where we're talking about the skills and technical employees, which represent 22%, and that's where you come in. 22% are technical and skilled employees that will be leaving the public service in the next 5 years. Bear in mind. This slide talks to the vacancy rate. We have a vacancy rate of about 15%. We are not doing well in terms of filling positions across the government departments. If you look at the statistics, the Department of Women's Settlement is standing at about 34% vacancy rate. But I know they've been advertising positions. In the next couple of months, this picture is going to change. And our ideal situation is to be below 10% in terms of the directive here, the PSA. So we are working very hard to ensure that we embark on an aggressive recruitment drive to fill positions, especially with youth, so that we can accommodate young people in the ranks of our provincial government. What we have done is that we've done an analysis of the vacancies that are available that are at entry level. We have a total of 2,837 positions that are at salary level 2 to salary level 5. These are entry level positions, but I'll talk much about this later on. Just to reflect statistics on the appointments that we have done, especially where we have recruited and appointed young people. Overall appointments that we have made is about 7,809, which means on average we've been recruiting 1,959 people per month for the period starting the 1st of April, is the beginning of the financial year, up until the end of July. The breakdown in terms of age, the age between 17 to 34 years, that is youth, the majority of those appointments were among youth, which is about 58%. Of that 58%, 35% of them are female candidates that we have appointed. Now, in terms of the youth development programs, over a period of about 7 years or so, we've been awarding bursaries to young people to go and study at the tune of about 202 million. In total, over the years, we've given about 808 bursaries to young people. But if you look at the rate at which they were completing their studies, it's a worrying factor for us as government. We are standing at 43%. I know there are some that are still studying, continue with their qualification, but this picture does not look good. We are giving you opportunities to study. We want to make sure that there's a 100% pass rate so that we can get return on investment that we make in you. So I'm appealing to you, for those that are beneficiaries of our bursary program, I'm appealing to you to ensure that you go to school, you complete on record time, and we will make sure that we will play our part to create opportunities for you to join the ranks of government. I thought I should highlight that. I have statistics in terms of the youth development programs that we have implemented since 2019. I'll just go to the summary. In terms of graduate internship program, we have a total of 435. Work integrated learning is 356. Learnerships, 223, and so on. In total, we implemented 2,118 programs. Now, having implemented these programs, we also made sure that we are able to absorb some of you that were on this program. And part of our talent management, or the proposed talent management framework and strategy going forward, is to ensure that we get that return on investment. We should be able to absorb. I mean, we don't want to train you and then we will partner with the private sector to ensure that we can be able to create more jobs for you. Our absorption rate is 6%. We want to reach the target, 40% going forward, so that we can absorb youth within our ranks. So we were able to accommodate on permanent basis about 125 of those who were on these programs that I've just indicated. Now, what is it that we are proposing as interventions and solutions going forward? The issue around entry into the public service, we are committed as a provincial government to remove the unnecessary barriers to entry into the public service by looking at the issue around minimum experience, entry into positions. Remember, I indicated that we have quite a number of positions that are at entry level. We are going to take care of that. As long as you are suitably qualified, we'll take away the issue of experience so that you can be given an opportunity to join government. We will comply with a circular from DPSA, which talks to designating 10% of departmental vacancies in order to retain permanently graduates with potential beyond the graduate development phase, in line with departmental career pathing and progression strategy, or their HR plan for that matter. That should be something for you. However, we also want to go beyond the 10% as stipulated by DPSA. We will present this at ESCO so that we go beyond the 10% and maybe take it up to 15%. These are the planned youth development programs, and I appreciate the fact that since yesterday there's been other proposals. I know there's a proposal for 3,000 learnerships on, I think, Lima, on electronics that is being proposed. I mean, if we were to get approval around that and add to the 2,692 that we are planning as government, that will make quite a huge difference. If you look at departments, I think your biggest department is your health and education. Office of the Premier also has quite a large number there, including the provincial treasury. So we will package all this, we'll get that into a plan going forward that will be presented at ESCO. And the other initiative is that we will introduce and launch what we call Premier's Youth Employment Program. And this is aimed at giving 10,000 matriculants and those that are not in education, in employment and in training over a period of 5 years. So it means each year we'll have an intake of 2,000 matriculants, especially those that are fresh from matric, and then give them an opportunity to work within the Northwest Provincial Government. Obviously, we will divide this number the districts and allocate the numbers where like availability of mentors, availability of resources in that particular district, and so on. So we'll work out the nitty-gritties. We'll do this in partnership with the UIF Job Creation Initiative and other stakeholders. You've had or you got a presentation from the CETAs and so on. So we will partner with those social partners and other stakeholders. The aim of this program is to ensure that those that are coming out of school, they become aware of the professional conduct that is required within the workplace, within the public service, the ethics, and so on. They understand the career options that are available within government. We'll also look at partnering